We'll look at the vaccination plan for elderly people who don't live in nursing facilities. Southeast Kansas authorities arrest a burglary suspect after a 3-hour-long manhunt.
Christmas time is here, and that means shopping, shopping, shopping. I'm Chris Warner. We're going to talk with some last-minute shoppers at North Park Mall.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
We're learning more about how the elderly can get COVID-19 vaccines. This is KOAM News at 6. The Crawford County Health Department has received 200 doses of the Moderna vaccine. Those are being used to vaccinate paramedics, EMTs, and staff at the health department. That's because right now, Kansas is still in the first phase of distribution. The health department director says people age 65 and older and those with high risk factors should have access to vaccines in late winter. Once that time comes, the department's plan is to do those vaccinations curbside or drive-through. If they have a limited supply, they'll be done by appointment at the health department.
We'll use all media components, newspaper, TV, social media, to let everybody know. We do want to get this out as soon as we can, and just the moment that we receive enough vaccine or a vaccine for the public, we will be letting them know.
The health department is starting putting together a list of people who are interested in getting the vaccine once it's available. Tonight at 9 and 10, we're going to hear the preliminary plan for northeastern Oklahoma. A manhunt by air and land ends with the arrest of a suspect in Cherokee County, Kansas. The deputies were called to a rural Columbus, Kansas home yesterday afternoon when a property owner discovered a burglary in progress. The suspect fled in a truck until authorities stopped him near Southwest 30th and Green Lawn, where he got out and ran. Then the manhunt was on. Authorities used a Cherokee County canine team while an aircraft out of Wichita searched overhead. After about 3 hours, they arrested 23-year-old Jacob Huffman of Riverton, Kansas, accused of various crimes, including aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer, residential burglary, theft, and drug offenses. Checking in with Doug Heddy now for a first look at the weather.
Hey, Dallin, it turned out to be another very windy day for us today, and if you haven't been outside over the past couple hours, it got cold. We had that cold front that rolled through. That gave us a few random showers during the morning hours, and then now clouds have rolled back in. Even a few random flurries have been flying about, especially on the Kansas side, which we'll see for the next couple hours, and then things will calm down for the rest of the night. But it is going to be quite a bit colder. This whole storm system wrapping up, heading off toward the east. But look at the winds. We had southwest winds earlier, then the front rolled through. Now they're out of the northwest, and we've been getting winds that have been gusting again today, way up there. A lot of times 35 upwards to 40 miles per hour. And the winds are going to stay very breezy or windy throughout the overnight hours tonight and really into tomorrow as well. Temperatures cold, most of us sitting right around freezing. We'll drop back through the 20s, eventually down into lower 20s later on tonight. Of course, tomorrow's Christmas Eve. We're going to look at that forecast here in a bit.
All right, we'll catch you then. Thanks, Doug. Whether they're in person or remote, caregivers have been presented with all sorts of challenges this year, as you might imagine. From physical needs to emotional needs, those providing care and those receiving it rely on each other now more than ever as they continue to power through. That's why K-State's Wildcat Extension Office in Pittsburgh is offering a program at the start of the year that focuses on the skill set and role of a caregiver. A reduced stress level and increased confidence can benefit both the caregiver and the individual they're caring for. And as Extension Agent Tara Solomon-Smith pointed out this morning on the KOAM Morning News, those roles apply to more of us than we might realize.
And you're a caregiver even if your loved one is in living somewhere else across the country or living in assisted living. You're still a caregiver and you're still working with their medical needs, emotional needs, physical needs.
The program, which begins January 14th, will also focus on ways to use local resources and will provide advice for any caregivers faced with making tough decisions on behalf of a patient or loved one. With the help of a local grant, that course is only $5, and there is still time to register. For information and the link to register, visit our website at koamnewsnow.com and go to our morning show page. The Department of Social Services in Missouri has suspended recertification interviews for SNAP benefits. Typically, SNAP recipients must do an interview when they apply and then a recertification interview every 12 to 24 months. But starting December 28th, that recertification interview will not be required. The change does not apply to those submitting new applications for SNAP benefits. They must still do an interview. A Missouri state senator is asking, how does the state decide which facilities get the COVID vaccines? She spoke with two major Kansas City hospitals. She spoke to them after two had to wait until this week to receive vaccines. Michael Mahoney has more.
The vaccine is here! Yay!
Yay! North Kansas City Hospital now has some COVID-19 vaccines. Some staffers thought they'd get it last week, and when they didn't, they told their state senator, Lauren Arthur.
They hadn't received any vaccinations last week, and they were frustrated that they were told not to expect any this week.
The Truman Medical Center helped out, providing some doses to both North Kansas City and to Liberty. And North Kansas City started vaccinating some frontline staffers today.
It's worry, like you're really emotionally drained every day because you worry about your patients and how are they going to survive? Are they going to make it off of the ventilator? Those type of things. It's really personal for each of us.
State Senator Arthur, however, is still wondering why two of the Northland's biggest hospitals did not get their own vaccine supply.
There's not a lot of clarity around those decisions, and I think it's perfectly reasonable to ask what hospitals are receiving vaccine shipments, how much are they receiving, and how are those decisions made.
The Parson administration says 285 facilities are approved to vaccinate people, and they're adding more. But with so many Phase 1A workers, it'll take time.
Again, that was Michael Mahoney reporting. Liberty Hospital says it has now vaccinated a handful of staff who have the highest exposure to COVID patients. Still ahead, we're going to learn how four-staters are getting connected with hard-to-find Christmas gifts. And Pittsburgh's Javon Grant continues to shine on the court. We're going to hear about his latest accomplishments and why he says it's not all him. Next. Some last-minute Christmas shoppers are doing their shopping in person to get those gifts in time, but not all of those gifts are still available in the stores. KOAM's Chris Warner caught up with some last-minute shoppers at North Park Mall in Joplin.
North Park Mall in Joplin, despite the pandemic, is a hotspot for last-minute shoppers. The majority of them taking the appropriate COVID precautions while they look for something to make Christmas complete, like Dusty Ray.
Well, exactly that I am a husband and a father, and we wait till the last minute to do any of this stuff, right? It's not Christmas Eve yet. Good, I have plenty of time.
He's been on the hunt for some specific TV box sets, which have been tough to come by.
And it seems like no matter what I'm looking for or where I'm going, they are nice enough at the mall that if they don't have it, they send you to the store that does. So it's like they're all helping each other right now during this time of year for sure.
Jonathan North is out at the last minute too, but not because he waited on purpose.
Had to get some stuff for the family. Just been busy, so I had to get out and try to get things done as quick as I could.
Michael Atkinson says for him, it's not last minute shopping.
I don't shop that way. I don't have a plan. It's like you go through the aisles, something says buy me, I'm for so-and-so.
Sean Hass says he realized he was missing some gifts.
Do you think you got what you need for the wife, and then it hits you that you don't have what you need for the wife? So then you're like, well, let's go out, see what people have, got an idea or two in mind.
There's something he's looking for and can't seem to find, but he says he has a good backup plan.
Love and affection is something that you can't put a price on. So I can always give her that, which is definitely a bonus. She gets it every day, but sometimes you got to shower it a little more than you normally would, which is nice.
From North Park Mall in Joplin, Chris Warner, KOAM News.
Honey, I got you love and affection for Christmas. Hope that works. That brings us to today's KOAM News Now Insta Poll. Today's question is, have you finished your Christmas shopping? You can give your answer at KOAMnewsnow.com/vote. or through the KOAM News Now mobile app. Results are updated live, and we're going to check back in on them a little bit later in this newscast. Pittsburgh High School's Javon Grant has been remarkable to start the basketball season. The senior has averaged 36 points a night through the Purple Dragons' first 4 games. Grant dropped a career-high 41 points last night against Riverton to reach 1,000 career points. Grant says it's because of his teammates that he's able to accomplish anything on the floor.
They give me the ball in my right spots, and they really create a lot for me. Get spacing the floor out. My coach, he gets me the right plays, play calls when I'm getting hot.
Within our offense, we try to put everybody and him included in situations that play to their strengths. So he's taking advantage of it and just make sure he does what's best for our team.
Tonight at 10, we're going to hear more from Grant on what he wants to accomplish for the Purple Dragons this season. Doug Heddy is up next with his complete forecast, and a little bit later, a fitting goodbye for a Carthage bus driver who recently passed away.
Well, it's definitely a big switch outside today compared to what we had yesterday when we were actually near record highs. We went into the upper 60s. It was very windy yesterday, but still windy outside today. It just feels much colder because, of course, we had a cold front that dropped through, and then the winds are very strong. Look at our 24-hour temperature change. Most of us are 25 to 30 degrees colder right now compared to what we had at this time last night. Temperatures are dropping. Stockton 33, 35, and Neosho 36, and Miami. Chanute is sitting at about 33 degrees and will continue to drop throughout the overnight hours. We had strong southwesterly winds earlier. Now we have the strong northwesterly winds. Behind this storm system, you can see sustained winds 15 to 25, but the gusts have been way higher than that. Over the past couple hours, we're getting winds gusting 35 upwards to 40 at times, and it's going to stay very windy as we work through the rest of the overnight hours tonight. Look at our wind chill. It's 18. That's the way it actually feels outside. 32 with those strong northwesterly winds. So we have wind chill factors down into the teens. Humidity is at 54%. Actual temperatures will drop through the 20s into the lower 20s later on tonight. So we are going to have wind chills that are going to be upper single digits to near 10 by the time you wake up tomorrow morning, just because the winds are going to stay kind of strong. All right, we had a few showers early this morning that kind of rotated right on through, right along I-44, and then really got going once they got east of here. We broke out, saw sunshine, but now over the past couple hours, we've had some clouds and even a few random little snow flurries, which have rotated through. So there are going to be a few random flakes. It's not a big deal, but a few flakes will be flying out there over the next couple hours as this whole storm system wraps up and heads off toward the east away from us. If we look out toward the west, we don't have much going on, but on the back side of the system, you can see our jet stream. It's pulling right out of Canada, so that's why we have the colder air, which is going to be working in, or already here, and sit for the next couple days. For us tonight, a few random flurries over the next couple hours will start to clear out. Lower 20s. Again, those wind chill factors are going to be down there, so actual temperature 24. And then as we work through the day, we're just not going to warm up much. 32 by noon, and then a high temp of 36 during the afternoon. At least we're going to have some sunshine. It's just going to be a cold Christmas Eve. I guess if you can't have a white Christmas, might as well have a cold Christmas. Tomorrow night, temperatures drop into the upper teens. So on Christmas morning, we're going to be down into the upper teens. We do warm up a little bit more on Christmas Day, as we should go at least into the mid 40s. Before afternoon highs, and then Saturday, finally, we start to warm things back up, which is going to be nice. There is a weak system on Sunday that could give us a quick burst of a few showers, but besides that, we're going to kind of focus on a much bigger storm system next week, Tuesday and Wednesday. I think most of this is going to be rain, but there is a chance we could get some wintry weather with it, so we'll watch that over the next few days. But windy and cold tonight. Good night, stay in. Hopefully you got your shopping done. 36 tomorrow, 45 Christmas Day, up near 60 by Saturday.
People are still free to dream of a white Christmas. They just won't have one when they wake up.
Exactly.
Thanks, Doug. Still ahead, an Oklahoma nursery is giving long-term care residents a bit of beauty during this hard time. This bus train rolled through Carthage today. It was in honor of Philip Mitch Brownrigg, a former Carthage bus driver who died last week. Around 60 buses rolled past Brownrigg's house.
You know, he'd say thank you and that he loved them. And they meant just as much to him as he did to them.
Brownrigg died after contracting pneumonia. He was 49. While many people will be spending Christmas without their families to help control the spread of COVID-19, a lot of residents in nursing homes have been isolated for months. Angelisha Brutton spoke to a Tulsa area business that's finding a way to give back to high-risk communities for the holidays.
Christmas is a little different here at the Timbers Skilled Nursing and Therapy Center because of safety precautions in place due to COVID-19. But a local garden center isn't letting that stop them from spreading Christmas cheer.
Christmas came just a few days early at the Timbers. A van pulled in dropping off 150 poinsettias for residents and staff.
I'm going to put it on the desktop in my room. It's right in the center, and it'll really brighten up my room.
And her day. Judith Musel says she's had to get used to communicating with her loved ones through various screens.
It's been strange. It's been hard. My family, when they do come, they come to the window outside my room and I get to talk to them. I miss not getting to hold them and see everyone.
With COVID-19 cases on the rise across the state, staff at the Timbers have become a second family to residents.
We try to interact with the residents the best we can with one-on-one activities, with just limited interactive activities that they can do safely, and just try to build that extra relationship with them since they can't be with their families in person.
Knowing that being alone for the holidays can be difficult, TLC Nursery saw this as a way to step in, the best way they knew how, with the holiday flower.
I think flowers are life, plants, the color, and it gives people something that they can look forward to.
It makes you feel wonderful, and appreciated. It makes you feel human.
TLC Nursery says they plan on dropping off more poinsettias at other nursing homes and a local hospital.
Again, that was Angelisha Brutton reporting. Final check on the weather and the results of our Insta Poll question up next. Take time now to honor a local veteran, Jerry Lee Boyles. The 4 states native served in the U.S. Army during the Vietnam War. He received a Purple Heart and a Silver Star. And we are proud to salute Jerry Lee Boyles. He's tonight's 4-state hero. Let's get one last look at tonight's KOAM News Now Insta Poll. We're asking, have you finished your Christmas shopping? 95% of you say yes, and 5% of you had better hurry up. This poll is now closed, so we will not distract you as you finish your shopping. Thank you for participating. Let's check back in with Doug Hetty, who is notorious for always waiting until the last minute, but I bet you got your shopping done, Doug.
I did, Dow. Now, if you would have asked me about 5 hours ago, I would have to say no, but I am done, so now I got to do some wrapping. But hey, it's a good night to stay inside because it's super cold outside, and we have wind chills in the teens right now. Our actual temperature is going to drop into lower 20s. Only 36 tomorrow, 17 tomorrow night. A very cold but a brown Christmas.
Thanks, Doug, and thank you for joining us. We're going to leave you tonight with the Christmas light display at the Christmas Shop in Pittsburgh. We'll see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. In the meantime, let's take care of ourselves and each other.
Happening, tell us.